Gul Gurnah, ankle crank. The first of these premeditative asanas loosens up the ankle joints. Sit on. Stretch both legs out in the front of the body. Bend the right leg. Hold the right ankle with the right hand. Place the right foot on the left thigh, as near as possible to the groin. Hold the right toes with the left hand. Mentally say to yourself, I am loosening up my ankle joints, and with practice they will become loose. Simultaneously rotate your ankle 10 times clockwise. Try to relax your foot as much as possible, rotating your foot about the ankle with your left hand. Repeat 10 times anti-clockwise. Repeat the whole process 10 times clockwise and 10 times anti-clockwise with the left foot folded on the right thigh. Ardha Asana, half butterfly. This exercise specifically loosens up the thigh, knee and ankle joints. Technique. Remain sitting as in the previous exercise. Fold the left leg. Place the left foot on the right thigh. Place the left hand on the top of the bent left knee. Relax your whole body, especially the folded leg. Gently push the left knee up and down. The bent leg should be as relaxed as possible, the movement being applied by the left arm. Simultaneously, mentally repeat to yourself, I am loosening up my ankle, knee and hip joints and will eventually be able to touch the floor with my folded knee. Move your knee up and down 50 times. After completing, slowly straighten your bent leg without jerking or twisting the knee. Fold your right foot onto your left thigh. Repeat the same process, moving your right knee up and down 50 times. With the practice and the right mental approach, everyone should eventually be able to touch the knees to the ground. You must adopt the correct mental attitude. In the other words, if you expect to eventually touch the floor with your knees, then you will. Hip rotation. This exercise helps to straighten the muscles and joints of the legs in preparation for meditation poses. Fold the left foot on the right thigh as in the previous exercise. Hold the bent knee with the left hand. Rotate the knee clockwise 10 times. Simultaneously, mentally, repeat to yourself, I am loosening up my legs and will eventually be able to touch the floor with my knees. Allow your bent leg to remain passive, using the force of the left arm to rotate the knee. Repeat 10 times anti-clockwise. Now straighten your bent leg without jerking or twisting the knee. Bend the leg once, bringing the right heel near the buttock. Then straighten the leg. This removes muscle retention and further loosens the joints. Repeat the same procedure with the other leg folded. We emphasize the importance of the mental repetition while performing the exercises. The whole point of it is to loosen up the legs so that you can eventually touch the knees on the ground. If you don't have this goal in mind, the exercise is 75% less effective. Some people may find the exercise easier if they hold the foot on the folded leg with the opposite hand while rotating the knee with the other arm. Uttanasana. This exercise straightens and loosens the whole leg, specifically the knees. When it is perfected, one should be able to squat comfortably on the ground with both heels flat on the floor. Technique. Stand erect with your feet about 1 meter apart. Interlock your fingers in front of your abdomen and allow your arms to hang freely. Slowly bend your knees and lower your trunk about 20 centimeters. Return to the erect position. Again descend, this time slightly lower. Return to the erect position again. Lower the body again. Your hands should be 30 centimeters above the floor. Rise again. Lower to the final lowered position with hands on the floor. Return to an erect position and relax. The final position practiced with hands on the knees is known as Kagasana, the crow pose. Chalasana, crow walking. This again is an excellent exercise for loosening and straightening the legs. Technique. As in Kagasana, make sure the palms are on your knees. Start slowly to walk in this position. You can either walk on a tiptoe or keeping the feet flat on the floor. Spend half of your practice on tiptoe and the other half of your practice on the flats of your feet. Shayana, churning the meal. This is an excellent exercise for shoulders, lower back, lower abdomen, and waist. Sit on the floor with the legs outstretched, feet apart. Interlock your fingers. Straighten your arms at shoulder height. Rotate your hands in as big a circle as possible on a horizontal plane. Keep your arms straight throughout the whole exercise. Lean forward and try to make your interlocked hands pass over the top of the feet at the outer stroke of the circle. Then try to lean backwards as far as possible, keeping your feet on the ground so that your hands pass over the top of your thighs. Rotate your hands 10 times clockwise, then 10 times anti-clockwise. Lie back and relax yourself completely. Gatyatmak Meruvakrasana, dynamic spinal twist. This exercise gives the whole spine a good twist in both directions and thereby loosens up the vertebrae and tones important spinal nerves. Remain in the same sitting position as the previous exercise. Separate your legs as far apart as it's comfortable. Raise the arms on each side of the body to shoulder height, keeping them straight. The arms should stay in a straight line throughout the exercise. Lean forward and touch your left foot with your right hand. In this position, the left arm should point backwards in exactly the opposite direction to the right arm. Both arms should form one straight line. The head should be turned to gaze at the arm extended behind you. Now twist your trunk in the opposite direction, touching the right foot with the left hand. The head turned into the opposite direction towards the right hand behind the back. This is 1 round. Do 10 to 20 rounds. As the body becomes more flexible, the legs should be spread further apart. Keep the legs straight throughout the exercise. Breathing. Inhale as you twist the body to either side, and exhale as you center your body. Grievous and Shayana, neck movements. All nerves connecting the different parts of the body must pass through the neck to reach the brain. The following movements tone up these vital nerves and generally loosen up the neck vertebrae. It is also an excellent method of reducing tension and inducing calmness of mind. It can also help relieve headaches caused by too much tension in the neck and shoulder regions. Sit cross-legged. Rest your hands on your lap. Relax your whole body. Let your shoulders drop. Make sure they are not hunched. Close your eyes. Stage 1. With control, very slowly tilt the head forwards. Then slowly return the head to the upright position. Slowly tilt the head backwards. Then tilt the head forward again to a normal position. This is 1 round. The whole movement should be completed in one smooth motion. Do 10 rounds. Stage 2. Bend the head to each side, with the ear going towards the shoulder, in the same slow motion that was performed in the previous exercise. Do 10 rounds. We recommend that the time of rotation for 1 round be reduced to 15 seconds eventually. Stage 3. Slowly rotate your head clockwise in as large a circle as possible. Ensure that the shoulders remain as relaxed as possible throughout the practice. Rotate 5 to 10 times. Then repeat the same rotation in the anti-clockwise direction. Throughout the practice, watch the space in the front of the closed eyes. Try to imagine that your body is floating in this space and that your head is detached from your body. This will help to induce relaxation. Asana, both pose. This is a very good asana for relaxing the muscles and joints of the body. It brings immediate relief to people suffering from nervousness and tension. Technique. Lie flat on the blanket facing upwards, supine. Rest your straight arms on the floor beside your body with palms facing downwards. Breathe in deeply and retain the breath inside. Simultaneously raise your legs, arms and shoulders off the ground. Ensure that the arms and legs remain straight. Point your arms towards your feet. Try not to raise the feet or shoulders more than 15 centimeters from the ground. Stretch and tense the whole body. Feel that every muscle is tensed. Don't strain, but try to hold this raised position for as long as possible while retaining your breath. Aim at eventually maintaining the raised position for at least a slow count of 10. Tough at first, a count of 2 or 3 insufficient. Then allow yourself to slump back to the floor, but without letting your head strike the ground. Let the body sink into the floor. Slowly count from 1 to 60. This completes 1 round. Perform 3 rounds. After completing 3 rounds of Asana, remain in the supine pose and relax in Shavasana. Shavasana. This asana is also known as Mitrasana, the dead man's pose. In this topic we will consider only part 1 of Shavasana. Technique. Lie flat on your back in the supine position. Place a small pillow or folded blanket behind your head with the corners pulled under the shoulders. This ensures that your neck and shoulder muscles can relax. Don't use a thick pillow. The palms should face upwards and the hands should not be clenched. The legs should be straight and slightly separated. Close your eyes. Try to feel the different parts of your body in contact with the floor. This is most important, for it starts to develop your awareness of the different parts of the body. Feel the contact between the floor and the buttocks. If you feel that the muscles of the buttocks are pulled together, release them. Keep your attention on the pressure between the floor and the buttocks for a few seconds, until you think that this area of the body is relaxed. Now try to feel the contact between the ground and the right heel for a few seconds. Repeat the same thing with the left heel. Now feel the contact between the floor and the right arm, right hand, left arm, left hand, middle of the back, each shoulder blade, the back of the head, and finally the whole body. Spend a few seconds at each point of contact. Next, try to feel that your whole right leg is very heavy and that it is sinking into the floor. If you cannot feel this heaviness, don't worry. A little practice is necessary in the beginning. Feel the right leg become limp. Repeat the same thing with the left leg. Feel the heaviness of the whole leg, and that the leg is becoming limp and sinking into the floor. Do this for a few seconds. In turn, repeat the same thing with the right arm and the left arm. If there is tension in your hands, perhaps your hands are partly clenched, release the muscular contraction. Feel your shoulders slump into the pillow. Remove the load from your shoulders. Many people, because of tension, habitually hunch their shoulders. Let them sink into the pillow. Now drop your lower jaw, let it sag, but keeping your mouth closed. If you feel yourself frowning, try to release the muscular tension on your forehead. Throughout the practice, your worries or problems may keep appearing. Tell these problems that they will receive your attention after a few minutes, but now you are practicing Shavasana. Don't suppress the thoughts if they occur. Merrily continue to direct your attention to the systematic relaxation of the different parts of the body in the way we have already explained. If you have time, repeat the same process again. If you have managed to carry out these instructions in the way described with awareness, then you should find that you have attained a wonderful relaxed state, physically and mentally. When you finish the practice, gently move and clench your hands. Move your feet and slowly open your eyes. Yogic breathing. This combination of 3 types of breathing induces optimum volume of air into the lungs and expels the maximum amount of waste air during exhalation. Technique. Inhale slowly by allowing your abdomen to expand. Try to breathe so slowly that little or no sound of breath can be heard. At the end of abdominal expansion, start to expand your chest outwards and upwards. At the end of this movement, draw your collarbone and shoulders toward your head. This completes one inhalation. The whole process should be one continuous movement, each phase of breathing merging into the next, without this being any obvious transition point. There should be no jerks or unnecessary strain. Your breathing should be like the swell of the sea. The rest of the body should be relaxed. Now start to exhale. First, relax your collarbone and shoulders. Then allow your chest to move, first downwards towards the feet and then inwards. After this, allow the abdomen to contract. Don't strain, but try to empty the lungs as much as possible by drawing or pulling the abdominal wall as near as possible to the spine. Again, the whole movement should be a harmonious whole. This completes one round of yogic breathing. Hold your breath for a second or two at the end of each inhalation and exhalation. Inhale and do another round. Do up to 5 rounds on your first day of practice. Don't strain. Every day increase your practice by 2 rounds, or as time permits. 10 minutes yogic breathing is a reasonable length of time to eventually aim at. With enough practice, you will find that the whole movement will occur naturally. No effort will be required. Summary. A few minutes of yogic breathing daily can work wonders. It will make you much less susceptible to illness, and you will acquire more power, vitality, and calmness in your daily activities. Your thinking and clarity of thought will improve. The deep systematic yogic breathing will tend to retrain breathing nerve reflexes that may have ceased to be active by lack of use. In other words, at present you might be breathing only from the chest, hardly using the abdomen at all. Yogic breathing will start to make you breathe abdominally, intercostally, and clavicularly during the day, and therefore allow you to inhale the full amount of air that your body requires for nourishment and good health. To develop the yogic breathing as an automatic and normal function of the body, try to develop the habit of consciously breathing yogically for a few seconds or minutes. If you feel tired or angry, sit down or if possible, lie down and practice yogic breathing. If you can breathe slowly, then your mind will become calm and revitalized. Daily practice program. The following programs are selected to give you maximum benefits for the time that is available. Practice of the full program is recommended for maximum benefits physically, mentally, and spiritually, and will fully prepare you for future practices, especially the advanced techniques of Kriya Yoga. However, those who don't have the time to do all the practices should try to do as many as they can and aim to eventually achieve practice of the full program. If necessary, the practices can be divided so that some are done in the morning and others in the evening, whenever time is available. From our experience, we recommend that the techniques contained in each lesson be thoroughly mastered before progressing on to the next set of practices. Generally, this takes a minimum of 15 days and on the average 1 month. This is very important and an essential prerequisite for the eventual success of your sadhana. Namaste.